Folks, we welcome you from the BMO Harris Bradley Center, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Tonight, the first of our doubleheader. It is the Chicago Bulls and the Milwaukee Bucks. And as will be observed all over the NBA today and tomorrow, a moment of silence for Craig Sager. Sager Strong lives on. The passing of our dear friend and colleague earlier today. Golden State Warriors coming up in the second game of our doubleheader. We are certainly going to flow into a storytelling time when it is appropriate as Giannis Antetokounmpo hits the first shot. Ernie Johnson and our crew produced it. It's not just us in front of the camera, right, Dee? It's so many lives that he touched. All of our camera operators, those in the truck, our audio personnel. You know, he
sees you with open arms, open hug, welcome to see you.
And you know, I want people to understand this. He was more than just the colorful Blazers.
Yeah. And we'd have all the sound from Pop that we didn't get, and we weren't brave enough, but he was always the leader. No one's ever done it better from that perspective, for sure. Somebody who emulated Craig to try to do the job better. He set the standard, and then in these two teams, and Reggie, our first trip for TNT to Milwaukee as Jabari Parker goes all the way in. First time TNT.
Up-and-coming young team.
They got a foul and a basket as Jabari Parker. He had a full trunk of shoes. There must have been 50 pairs of shoes in there just to cover baseball. As Jimmy Butler on the layup coming out of the timeout. And the Bulls
to check in. He's had 2 concussions and time away. That has hurt the offense of Chicago.
Dwayne Wade answers on the other end.
Get up on good teams, being able to nail it home.
Pass was off the mark. It was all set up. Now Parker on the other end. Jabari Parker throws it down. Gets them on their feet. Is due back maybe before the year. The Bulls are hopeful. Inside Lopez. And the ball bouncing well. Ends up in the hands of Gibson.
The scene has been amazing that his legs are finally back under.
And what I like about this is Jason Kidd has featured him. You know, obviously, the playmaker and the setup man on his team is Antetokounmpo.
They had some moments. Bucks are a rebuilding franchise, and this is the guy that's going to take them there. As Antetokounmpo gets a finger roll that time. And you're right. He picks up the dribble.
Yes,
at
he's
the
so
free throw
long.
line. Get him in positions that defenders can't comprehend either. And he can do that. The Greek freak buries the 3, and Milwaukee puts 30 on the board. It feels like the North Pole.
Yes, man, it is freezing around here.
Teletovic for 3. And Valentine, those long arms of Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo runs the floor, and a two-handed jam. The defense to the offense, and his skill set. All categories. That was the 08 Cleveland Cavaliers. It is a rare feat indeed, as Wade with the little runner.
We'll break down the other names now. Not too shabby there.
Villanova kicks it. Monroe. One back inside. Needs to see one go through the hoop, and he finally gets one to go.
Like Butler and Wade, who can, you know, break down the defense, but you've got to have shooting on the edges. Case in point, nice pass there from Monroe to Antetokounmpo. Corner and didn't take it. He's not a three-point shooter. So it kind of just shows you the warts of this team for Chicago. That's Rondo's game right there. Between KG, who was here, kind of talking to Antetokounmpo and Jabari and Thonmaker, as Antetokounmpo with the 15-footer. Of the knowledge of how the game is not only played, but away from basketball. What a pass there by Brogdon.
Malcolm Brogdon puts it in the perfect pocket. And especially if you're the Bulls, who are packed in, as you mentioned, it becomes a very difficult challenge. Snell breaks free, and Brogdon finds him again.
And there's that length on full.
Now you're starting to hear the rumbles in Chicago about this team as Tony Snell buries the 3. The last thing Bulls fans wanted. Final 3 quarters against the T-Wolves, and the first 2 here tonight. New shot clock. Gibson comes away with a rebound. Lopez kept it alive, and the Bulls score.
Not the coach's fault. The players have to step up and play harder for their coach.
Butler, who always grinds it, goes all the way to the basket, scores. It counts. Jimmy Butler and Dwayne Wade returning to their collegiate roots as Rondo hit.
2 of the 3 have championship rings and championship experience.
Jabari Parker goes all the way in. 12 turnovers. The Bucks have protected it well, and Parker gets the friendly bounce.
Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns, another turnover for Chicago.
And Parker leaves it up for Antetokounmpo, and an easy two-handed jam. Wade in transition, very patient with it, working on Dellavedova. Antetokounmpo with the reach, and Wade scores over Antetokounmpo. Spin wasn't there. Henson's got it. They'll set it up. Antetokounmpo passes the 3 on the run, gives it up, and Parker with a two-handed throwdown. Rondo looking for McDermott. Now back to Butler, and Butler all the way in and scores. 20-point Milwaukee lead. Approaching the 4-minute mark of this third quarter. First of our doubleheader tonight. Knicks Warriors. As Brogdon. Snell gives it right back to Jabari Parker. Portis on him. And it's Butler who ends up on Monroe. There's Parker, 3 to the hole.
Averaging almost 20 points a game for this Milwaukee team.
25 tonight for Parker. As Valentine sets up Portis, that he was next level as far as his ability to think on the floor and adjust on the floor. Teletovic buries the 3 and as competitive as you could get, but he was one of those guys who was brutally honest with his teammates, but he did it with empathy. As Dwayne Wade scores, so that's an interesting characteristic. Dropped 122 on the Bucks, but Milwaukee made just 4 3-pointers in that game, and the Raptors made 14 in that game. 8 in the first half as McDermott and finished the quarter up 22, up 21 as we get the fourth quarter started. Don't forget Knicks Warriors coming up as the Jet. Teletovic gives it up. Brogdon all the way across to Terry, and he sends it over to Antetokounmpo, who had a little hitch in the giddy up and still dunks it down. Pulls down the rebound. And a tough night for the Bulls. Spent a lot of time on the Milwaukee Bucks tonight. They have earned that praise. And you got the feeling as Wade, a beautiful turnaround jump shot. Wow, classic. This is a franchise, Reggie, that hasn't had an all-star since '04.
That's going to change.
Dwayne Wade again, and the Bulls. Terrific writer from the Chicago Tribune, Casey Johnson, had a great stat. Kind of a symbol of the Bulls' woes is Antetokounmpo scores and snaps the run.
To get 48 minutes of the big fella. Can't wait.
Shots aren't falling for the Bucks now. Can the Bulls take advantage? And it goes. Good shooter. This is a guy who did not play in that loss against Minnesota. Snell breaks free, and Portis swats it, but count it.
How about the pass there by Dellavedova?
Approaching the 4-minute mark. Turned out to be a good game. McDermott for 3. Yes! Doug McDermott hits the 3.
Top of the key and turned it down.
16 Chicago turnovers. Up top. Oh, Antetokounmpo from Dellavedova. Dwayne Wade using the body so well, scores. Now the switch. Butler on Antetokounmpo. That's a 3. And Dellavedova with a 3-pointer. Gave every ounce. And Ernie, we're thinking about you as well and what you're going through right now with Michael. And Sager Strong will live on. Been a tough day for our TNT family, but we saw a terrific game, Reggie, and shared some stories, and it was an honor to be with you.